Hello and welcome to Talking FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, for another update on Benedito's vote of no confidence motion, which officially began yesterday. He was at the club's offices, he received the ballot papers for what he needs for the vote, and he has since then been gathering official signatures from socios of Barcelona. We all know that he needs 16,570 signatures for the first stage of his motion to be completed, and in this video I will be shedding some light on what exactly the second stage includes, because it's a lot better than we actually originally thought. But I'm just going to show you a video here of Benedito gathering his signatures. He was at the club yesterday. He's actually set up a number of booths around the club, around the Camp Nou, where he's going to be gathering signatures. It was great to see people going up to them, giving them their membership ID, their soci cards, and then getting their signature on paper to officially register their vote in this motion. It is so important that over the next few weeks, if you are a soci and you do indeed want the board out, like many of us do, that you do get involved, that you do register your signature. It's quite important to note that the booths in today's game in and around the match day will be at gate 7 and gate 14 at the Camp Nou. So if you are going to the game today, if you are a soci, his booths will be at gate 7 and gate 14. Also, if you are outside of Barcelona and you do want to cast your vote in this motion, please email info@votedecensura2017.cat. You will then receive information on how you can still cast your vote without being in Barcelona. But something very important happened this morning as well in terms of Joan Laporta. He turned up and he was on Twitter and he said that as a Barcelona soci, he has officially registered his vote in the vote of no confidence, and he tweeted that out to his followers this morning, which is fantastic to see Laporta getting involved, to see Laporta and Benedito both working together. Both of them will likely be candidates if there is a new election come the start of next year, if this vote succeeds. But I want to shed some light on the second part of the process of the vote of no confidence, because it is quite a complex operation that Benedito is undergoing here, and I just want to make it absolutely clear, because I think there has been a bit of a misunderstanding, because originally we felt there's around 120,000 total socios at Barcelona, and originally we felt that we would need 2/3 of those to vote in favour of Benedito's motion in order to kick the board out, which would have been nearly 80,000 signatures, which looked like a very difficult operation. But that is not the case. Benedito in the first stage will need 16,570 socio signatures, and after that first stage then, those signatures will be wiped clean and a new voting process will begin. In the second stage then, voters, socios, will have the opportunity to either vote for Benedito or vote for the board to remain in power. And what will then happen is that we need the votes of 2/3 of those who actually cast their vote. Now, there has been a few articles in the Barcelona media about how many people are expected to cast their vote in a potential second round of voting, and they expect around 50,000 socios to cast their vote one way or another, either for the current board or for Benedito. So, if 50,000 people are expected to vote, we would then need 2/3 of those. So we would need around 33,300 votes in total in that second round of voting, which is obviously an increase of double the votes that we currently need in 16,570. But in the second round, you've got to understand that this vote is going to receive a heck of a lot more publicity. The likes of Mundo Deportivo and Sport, they will not be allowed to ignore this motion any longer. If we get past the first stage, the 16,570, there will be a lot more publicity and a lot more momentum for Benedito's motion. So I think that if we can get through that first stage, the second stage then, we are likely to need around 33,000 votes in total in that new round of voting. We need 2/3 of those who cast their vote in that stage, whether for Benedito or for the current board. And then if that second round of voting we get the votes we need, the board will be kicked out and new elections will be held for the new president of FC Barcelona. And Benedito predicted that if things do go as expected, if they are a success in this motion, we could have a new board in place by January 2018. right now, I think personally, it's going really, really well. Things look very, very positive. Benedito's gathered a lot of support. He's done a very good job of situating himself in Barcelona, spreading the word. He's been on radio, he's been in papers in Barcelona. He's really been trying his best to gather the word of the city, and we've been doing a great job as well. All of us on Twitter, on Facebook, we've been spreading the word about his Vote to Censura campaign, and it's been really, really impressive. What I want to say, guys, is there is going to be another campaign on social media planned for today, and I think if we can all get involved in this, it will help the campaign absolutely tremendously. 1 hour before the Espanyol-Barcelona game tonight, please tweet the hashtag on social media, Barca sí, Barto no. That is the hashtag that we're going to be using, and please tweet that on its own with no other hashtags. That is so important. In your tweets, in your Facebook posts, only use that one hashtag, because if you use more than one, it is flagged then as spam by Twitter or Facebook, and it is no longer valid. So we need to just tweet that hashtag on its own, tweet it with some words about why you're Bartomeu out, and then you can send that tweet and it will be valid, and you want to spread and use that as much as possible. You can do a series of tweets, you can do a series of messages, but in those tweets and messages only use that one hashtag. So 1 hour before tonight's game, start using it and continue using it throughout the night to gather as much momentum as is possible. So that's the update on Benedito's vote of no confidence. Like I say, things are looking positive. He started the process. He's in Barcelona gathering signatures. Laporta comes out today in support of him. Things are looking good. Make sure you get involved with that campaign on social media tonight. I'm really looking forward to the game. I'll be back here with reaction when the lineup is out. That's going to be a new video that I'm going to be doing when Barcelona announce their lineup an hour before the game. The same time the campaign starts, I'll be bringing you a video on what I think of the lineup ahead of tonight's game. So I'll see you later on, guys. But until then, as always, Vesca el Barça!